Alright, let's get ready to start this intro.
Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
Alright, hello guys, welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, 12 p.m. And welcome to another episode of the Drew Yari Show. I'm your host, Yari. How's everybody doing today? We woke up this morning to a trailer to the new Joker movie that's coming out. The Joker solo movie with one Mr. Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know why I put emphasis on the J from Mr. J, but yeah, the trailer was it hooked me in. It made me want to watch it. I remember when the news first broke that they were gonna, because supposedly they're gonna make two Joker movies. They're gonna do one for Joaquin, and then they're going to do one for Jared Leto, which, God knows we all clamored to see that one. I think they canceled that one and just made it into a Harley and Joker movie, and then they decided to scrap that and just give a Harley Quinn her own movie. I'm not even sure what they're doing with that anymore. But yeah, I do know what they're doing with this Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Supposedly it's going to be rated R. It's going to have more of a gritty, hard R. Maybe not a hard R, but just... It's going to be rated R. It's going to be very adult. I know the director of The Hangover, Todd Phillips. He's directing it, and as we all know, the Hangover movies were rated R. I believe Martin Scorsese was a part of it, but he had to drop out, and then Bradley Cooper took over. So Bradley Cooper is pulling double duty, working at Marvel, working in DC right now. You look at the trailer. The trailer just starts off with Joaquin talking to a therapist and saying, my mom always told me that I had something to give the world, and that I was going to make everyone happy. And it's just showing his life, from going to just being a happy, upbeat guy to kind of slowly descending into madness. And just that Joker laugh, that's probably the best Joker laugh I've heard since Heath. And I don't know, The Dark Knight is without a doubt the best superhero movie. It's my favorite movie in general. But as far as the superhero genre, it's the best superhero movie, by far. And I know the movie comes out in October, but I'm just gonna call it. I think he might surpass Heath. Granted, it's kind of unfair to say that because they're both doing different takes on it. But I think he might end up surpassing Heath as the best Joker. You look in the trailer, you see Thomas Wayne, the actor playing Thomas Wayne, who was supposed to be Alec Baldwin, but he literally dropped out a day after being announced. So they replaced him with someone else. I don't remember that actor's name, but he was actually in Dark Knight Rises. He was the senator that was kidnapped by Catwoman. And then later in the trailer, you see the Joker kind of put a smile on the face of a little boy who I think that's Bruce Wayne, if I'm not mistaken. The movie takes place in the 80s, so there's no Batman at all. There's just Thomas Wayne, and the story behind Thomas Wayne is that he's a corrupt politician. Or not, I don't know if he's a politician. I know Thomas Wayne was supposed to be a doctor. But he's a corrupt businessman, which I like. I like that story. I like that angle. Because in any Batman movie, anytime they portrayed the Waynes, there were always these, the shining beacon of Gotham. They were what made Gotham Gotham. Everyone respected them. They were good-hearted people. But that was really all we knew about them. We didn't really know what they did or saw what they did. And I think it was in, was it the Batman Telltale games, that the twist in that game was that the Waynes, not Bruce, but Thomas and Martha Wayne were corrupt. They were corrupt, business people. They were trying to take over land, and if they didn't get what they wanted, they would send people to Arkham. And that's how the children of Arkham came out and started attacking Gotham. There was even a scene where Thomas wanted someone's land and they wouldn't give it to him, and he literally tells him, "I always get what I want." So he ends up shipping her to Gotham. And it ends up being the mom of Vicky Vale, who... Vicky Vale's always been like the reporter for Gotham News, but in the story, she's the head of the Children of Gotham. So it's an interesting story. It's a very interesting take because, for young Bruce, he just sees his parents as, his parents, that he loves them. They can do no wrong. And I'm interested. Sorry, food coming up. I'm interested to see where the movie goes. I'm interested to see if the ending is that the Joker ends up killing the Waynes. And you get that kind of teaser of, young Bruce Wayne descends into the darkness. He becomes the Dark Knight. Because the Joker killed his parents. But he doesn't know why. He just assumes this madman killed our parents. There you go. I will fucking freak the fuck out if that's how the movie ends. If the movie ends with, flash forward years later, you just see a bat signal in the night sky, I will flip the fuck. I might even pee a little bit. Yeah, for this Joker, it's a spin-off. It's set in the 80s, I believe. So it's going to be its own thing. It's not going to have anything to do with other DC movies, as far as we know. I've talked about this ad nauseum. DC is doing their own thing. They don't want to do what Marvel's doing. They'd rather just, work on doing spin-offs, doing, their character movies, and doing these big team-up movies. In DC's case, they've been doing this for over 11 years. They started in 2008 with Iron Man, and now they worked their way up to Endgame, which we'll talk about that in a bit. And that's going to come out in, what's today? It's going to come out in about 3 weeks. DC made the mistake of trying to play catch-up, by putting out Batman versus Superman, like literally in the middle of all this. And then doing Wonder Woman, and then doing Justice League, which, Justice League wasn't terrible. It had its moments, but it wasn't good. It wasn't even as good as Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was better than Justice League, and so what does that tell you about what they're trying to do? What the fuck is this dog barking at? Okay, sorry. There's a dog barking outside. It sounds like it's kind of close to our house. I don't want it messing with our cats. But yeah, I think DC just realized we don't need to do. We can kind of cool it with the team up movies for now, and just worry about putting our characters out there and doing something new that not a lot of people are doing. Like, let's put out spin-offs of characters that nobody would think that we'd have the balls to do, like a Joker movie. It's going to be its own thing, or is it? Is this Joker? Here's a theory: is this Joker the original Joker, and is Jared Leto's Joker kind of like maybe not an offspring, but like a copycat Joker? I know everyone wants to say he's Jason Todd. I hope not. I seriously hope he's not Jason Todd. That would just be fucking weak. But, what if Joaquin Phoenix is in the DC universe, but he's the original Joker? And, with Ben Affleck's Batman, he apparently killed people, which I'm fine with that. I've been wanting Batman to kill people for a fucking long time ago. What if he killed that Joker and it spawned another Joker, which is Jared Leto's, which Unfortunately, it was Jared Leto. So I don't know what if that happened? Because they're doing the Batman, with Matt Reeves, and they're going to go for a younger Batman set in the 90s. So what if we end up seeing Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? That'd be interesting. Like that, I'd be fucking fine with that. I mean, we'd have to watch Joaquin Phoenix first. I'm pretty sure the movie's going to do fine. The Batman won't come out until I think in 2 years, I believe. So we're seeing how that goes. And then, Ben Affleck was supposedly coming out for Justice League 2, which they haven't even announced if that's going to come out or when that's going to come out. But the Joker, I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to it. I will watch it. I think it might get Oscar buzz. I don't know. It just might. It has the look that the Academy is going for. Because you have a character that doesn't require any CGI, that doesn't need any action, that doesn't need explosives. It looks like a movie that wasn't really that expensive to make, or wasn't really expensive to make in general, because he's the Joker. Especially he's the Joker in the beginning stages. He's not. You don't see him with all these fancy gadgets and all these weapons. Is just a dude with clown makeup wearing a suede, leisure suit. It's really all you need from the Joker. That's all you need from him. And then later on, he spawns Batman, which that's where the money goes up. But for the Joker, especially in the 80s, you don't really need that much. So I have a feeling that movie might get Oscar buzz. I don't know, just a hunch. What else? What else? Oh yeah, the final Avengers Endgame trailer came out yesterday morning. And also the tickets for Endgame came out on sale. I think it was at 7 a.m. because I set my alarm clock at 7 a.m. And then because a friend of mine told me it was going to be between 7 and 8 a.m. So I set my alarm clock at 7. And then when I woke up at 7, I just put the snooze button on. I woke up 15 minutes later. I'm like, I should probably just check just to make sure. Lo and behold, the tickets opened at 7. And I was able to get some seats. Thanks to my girl. Love you, babe. So we have our seats for Avengers Endgame. We're going Thursday at 11 p.m. She wanted a late showing because I asked for that day off, and she's going to be working until 7, so she'll get out just in time. As far as the ticket sales go, I have it right here that apparently I saw a lot of people post about on Fandango and on, I don't know if it's just Fandango or Alamo Drafthouse, that they had a hard time buying them. I think the site crashed. And I can pull that up right now. Okay, I have it right here. Really? Come on. Okay, Avengers Endgame fans are having serious issues buying tickets on Fandango and other sites. Several websites and apps, most notably Fandango and AMC, have been having, people have been giving people problems and trying to buy tickets. In most cases, on Fandango, fans have been put on an extremely long wait list. Have been kicked out of the app when stuck in their seats. For AMC, specifically with the AMC A-list subscribers, the app is simply crashing or even refusing to load up in the first place. Well, I certainly didn't have a problem buying them on Santikos. So, I guess, I don't know, I made it an effort to wake up really early to buy them. I mean, I guess I'm just obsessed with the movie. Or maybe or probably not. But, I don't know, I get, is Santikos just primarily a Texas thing? or is it all around the states? I know Fandango is like pretty much everywhere, and so is AMC. San Diego is just primarily a Texas thing, I believe so. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know. I can't really relate because I didn't have a problem buying them, because as soon as I found some seats, I just bought them. So that's me. But yeah, luckily everyone else was able to buy their seats. So, we're ready for this movie. The movie's going to be 3 hours long. 3 hours and 2 minutes long. And I'm just not even going to take a bathroom break. I'm going to make sure I don't drink too much. Who the fuck is this? I'm going to make sure I kind of load up on food and go to the bathroom as much as I need to before. And then that way I have an empty stomach, an empty bladder. I don't have to do shit. So make sure you turn off your phone, silence your cell phones, hold your applause, and shut your mouths. Just like Elias says. That was corny. But yeah, April 25th. I'm ready. Are you ready? Is anyone doing that Marvel movie marathon? Because I'm doing it. I know other people are doing it, but we're doing it chronologically. We're going in the timeline of the MCU. So we started it with Captain America first, and then Captain Marvel, and then we're doing 4 movies per week. We skipped Incredible Hulk because that movie fucking sucks. That's an abortion. We're doing 4 movies a week. This week we have Winter Soldier, Guardians 1 and 2, and then Age of Ultron. And then I forget. And I think there's like 2 more after that. Two more weeks. We have 2 more weeks of 8 more movies. And then Endgame. So, ready for that. We've already talked about that ad nauseum. So yeah. I mean, hey, if you got your tickets, good for you. Everyone should get their tickets. What the fuck keeps calling me? Go away. What else? What else is going on? The Usos reportedly signed new contracts. I mean, did y'all really think they're going to go to AEW? No. Jim Ross officially signs with All Elite Wrestling. I mean, that was kind of expected. I mean, he left WWE officially a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, and he was talking about how they're looking for to bring in a more younger audience. They want to make their backstage influence a little bit more younger. And I love Jim Ross, but he's just. I mean, obviously, I don't want to say this without sound like I'm being a dick, but he's kind of been, a little bit off his game, and I can't really say. I'm not going to say it's his fault. That's not 100% his fault. Holding his wife a couple years ago. So, I mean, honestly, I think he should be retired. I mean, he shouldn't even be an on-screen personality. Be more of a backstage, like an agent. Sorry. Be more an agent in the backstage. Which is what he probably will be in AEW. It says right here, effective immediately, Ross will take on the role of senior advisor in what is the most lucrative deal in pro wrestling commentary. Okay, he is a commentator, but he's a senior advisor. The contract is currently set for 3 years. Ross will first appear in AEW at their first event, Double or Nothing, on May 25th at the MGM in Las Vegas. The release stated that, along with commentary, Ross will work closely with the senior leaders at AEW on their roadmap to shift and reinvent the wrestling landscape. So yeah, he's going to go to AEW, which, hey, good for them. It'll kind of bring in a new audience for them. I mean, it makes sense because AEW's whole thing is wrestling. They're going to be the WCW of the new WCW, as much as they don't want to admit it. And now you got Jim Ross, who's a wrestling guy. So, makes sense. Hey, good for them. I'll watch All Elite Wrestling. I'll give it a try. I mean, guys, we've made it very clear, guys like me and the Sub, is that we don't want. It's not like we want it to fail. it's just kind of sending the wrong message. It's coming out with this whole, we're going to be great. We're going to be the best thing since sliced bread. We're going to take down WWE. It's like, you haven't had a show yet. Your show's not so big. You don't have a TV deal. You don't even have a TV show. But supposedly they're going to get one with TNT or TBS, I believe. So, hey, good for Jim Ross going to WWE. Rey Mysterio with an ankle injury. That just sucks. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, it's not that shocking because Ray has been known to be very injury prone. I hate to kick guys down, but prior to SmackDown Live on Tuesday, the WWE announced on social media that former WWE champion Rey Mysterio had suffered an ankle injury during his match with Baron Corbin the night prior on Monday Night Raw. As a result, his scheduled match with recent rival Andrade was pulled, and many began to worry if Mysterio's match with Samoa Joe for the United States Championship would be scrapped. But given that it was WWE themselves who broke the news at first, there was also a theory that this could be a strong injury to make the odds of Mysterio beating Joe harder. Yeah, that makes sense. The injury was sustained at the hands of Baron Corbin during their match on Raw when Mysterio was standing up for his friend Kurt Angle. Because of the injuries, Mysterio was forced out. Okay, so and Meltzer followed up on W's report by saying that Mysterio's injury is legitimate, though he didn't specify if it was his ankle injury in the Corbin's match or if it was bad enough for him to miss WrestleMania. So it's all Baron Corbin's fault. Damn it. It's always his fault. But yeah, Mysterio hurt. He might miss Mania. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the match. I watched it on Hulu when it came out. Thank God for Hulu. They only put out 90 minutes, so they kind of scrap out the non-important stuff. Yeah, when that main event came out, I just kind of thought to myself, I couldn't imagine myself caring about this match, so I just immediately kind of turned it off after I was done. With Ray, it sucks because I like Ray. Ray's one of my favorites. I've always been a fan of Ray. But, I don't know, he's always been very injury prone. I mean, it sucks when anyone gets hurt. You never want anyone to get hurt, but it just seems like the guy's always getting hurt. Like, hold on, I'm kind of sidetracked as I'm talking to you guys at the same time. It just seems like the guy's always very injury prone. You know what the funny thing is? He wasn't like that at the beginning. Because I remember his first couple years in WWE, it just seemed like nothing would hurt the guy. And I remember back in 2006, that's when his injuries started to mount up. I mean, granted, the guy's he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's getting up there in age. He's been doing this for a very long time. So even when you do this for a very long time, the injuries start to mount up more. Now, he's 44. And I believe he was 15 when he first started. So he's been wrestling for as long as I've been alive. That's crazy. And, I mean, I hope the injuries, just will work. I know a lot of people were kind of looking at his match with Joe as like, this is just a match that's just there. Both of these guys can go. Joe can go. Ray can go. I think if they just kind of let these guys go out there and just wrestle and do their own thing, it would have been a really good match. But, 9 times out of 10, you suspect that this will more than likely just be just a match, just a regular SmackDown match. I mean, they haven't mentioned if Ray's getting pulled off the card, so here's what could probably happen. If the match is a squash match, then that means Ray was possibly hurt more than they let on, and they just wanted to get him out of there. If it ends up being a longer match than that, then the injury was just a work, and Ray's fine. But given with his history, Ray is more than likely, hurt. But yeah, with Raw, what happened with Raw? I forgot who opened the show. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon opened the show and announced that the main event, we already know what the main event is. It's the Triple Threat Women's match that now has Charlotte as the SmackDown Women's Champion when she beat Asuka last week. Stephanie McMahon came out and said that the winner will take all. Winner take all. Which means whoever wins will be both the Raw Women's Champion and the SmackDown Women's Champion. DT had made a very interesting point on Breakfast Soup Live last night that it doesn't necessarily mean the titles will be unified. It just means that, say Becky Lynch wins, which more than likely Becky Lynch will. We'll get into predictions later. Becky Lynch wins. She's both the Raw and SmackDown champions. So they might just have her pull double duty at the next pay-per-view. They'll have her defend her Raw Women's title against whomever at the next pay-per-view. And then on that same night, they'll have her defend the SmackDown Women's title against whomever. They might just have her do that. They haven't came out and said, that, oh, by the way, it's not just winner take all, the titles will be unified. They might even announce that at Mania. Or, I don't know, because I made it clear that I believe, given the Fox deal, Fox doesn't just want SmackDown, they want Raw. They want everybody on the show. So I think they're moving closer to just unifying all the titles and just going back to just having one world title, one secondary title, the Intercontinental title, one woman's title, one set of tag champs, and the Cruiserweight title. Just get rid of 205 Live and just let the Cruiserweight division kind of be their own thing on both shows, on Raw and SmackDown. Let them interact with the other wrestlers. No one's watching 205 Live, by the way. But yeah, make the titles mean something. When there was two titles, it didn't feel like it really meant something because you didn't really have too many women on one division. I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm going to scratch that. Both divisions only really had maybe 2 or 3 good women on the roster. With the Raw roster, it's always been. Now it's Ronda Rousey. It was Alexa Bliss, even though Alexa Bliss wasn't known for her wrestling. She was more known for how good her ass looked in tights. And she can cut a good promo. And then you got Sasha Banks, who, she's hit or miss. Bayley's hit or miss. And that's about it. And then in SmackDown, it was Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Asuka. Nobody else could hold a candle to those girls. So, with unifying both belts, you can kind of make the title mean more. You can give people more shots. You can make the feud seem a little bit more interesting. Now that you have the women's tag team belts, just one set of belts, again, it makes things a little bit more interesting. You can make the titles mean more. You can make the feuds mean more. Same thing if you just have one world title. If you just have one world champion, not 2 world champions. Especially with the WWE title kind of just being the third best title in the company. And the Universal title just being pretty much non-existent. But, I'm all for just keeping one set of titles. I pitched the idea to John Draper that, I think the Fox deal is going to happen in October. The Fox deal is going to happen in October. You have Survivor Series in November. That'd be the perfect way to unify the belts. Because, since SmackDown likes to do their champion versus champion matches, in those champion versus champion matches, have the stipulation be whoever wins will be the unified champion. Have the Universal Champion versus WWE Champion. The winner of that will be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Just one whole belt. The Intercontinental Champion versus United States Champion. Whoever wins will be the Intercontinental Champion. It will unify both belts. Same with the tag champs. They'll be the world tag team champions. And I'm all for that. Especially get rid of the U.S. title. The U.S. title hasn't meant anything in this company. I mean, I think the last time. I think the last time it meant something in the WWE was when probably when Chris Benoit had it, and then that's about it. Other than that, it's the United States title has always been a WCW thing. I mean, they brought it in because SmackDown needed a secondary title, and Raw had the SmackDown, and Raw had the Intercontinental title, so be a perfect way to get rid of the U.S. title. Bring back the Hardcore Championship too. Why not? Let's bring back the European title. I mean, that kind of contradicts the point I was trying to make of having too many secondary titles. But hey, the Hardcore title is pretty cool. The European title is pretty cool. I would say just have the rule be only European wrestlers can wrestle for it, but then they'd be like, well, what if Baron Corbin wanted to be the European champion? Which they probably put it on him because he represents everything about Europe. But yes, what else happened on Raw? Brock Lesnar came out. Paul Heyman did his usual shtick. Seth Rollins comes out and kicks him in the nuts, I think 3 times. Which is really the only way you can take down Brock. You just kick him in the nuts. I mean, I have no problem with kicking people in the nuts. But if it's believable. Not like with Nakamura where he constantly had to be the fucking Japanese nutcracker with AJ Styles. With Brock Lesnar, that's more of a believable guy that you can go, the only way I can take this fucker down is by kicking him straight in the nuts. I mean, it's not going to be believable if I try to punch him in the face. Because I'm 200 pounds, 5'9", and Brock Lesnar is, I'm basically one of the size of his legs. And he can throw me across the room like I was nothing. All I have to do is just kick him right in the nuts, and he goes right down. I mean, there's really no shame in kicking someone in the nuts, especially if they're bigger than you. As long as they go down, it doesn't matter how you have to do it to make them go down. Whether you kick him in the nuts or hit him right in the back of the head. As long as you win a fight, that's all that matters, is that you win it. What happened next? I mean, the big angle of the night was the women. The Riot Squad versus Ronda Rousey and Charlotte and Becky. They won. Ronda putting, Liv Morgan in an armbar, making her tap instantaneously, and then going after Charlotte. Becky gets involved. Cops come out. Rent-a-cops, who are played by obvious indie wrestlers. And try to separate the women, and they take them to the back, and there's a funny spot where they end up putting Ronda and Becky in the back seat of the car, and they just look at each other and start trying to kick each other in the face. And they take Becky out and put her in another car. Ronda somehow gets out of the back seat and gets into the front seat of the car and ends up driving it into the other police car. She ends up kicking the glass window from the back seat out, and Charlotte ends up, doing a running knee on her head while her head's out of the window. And she ends up being driven off to the police facilities while Charlotte's saying, let me go, I am. Somehow that segment didn't end up closing out the show. Rey Mysterio versus Baron Corbin did, which I don't know why. That was a nice way to kind of move on to the to this Sunday. They finally decided to make it interesting. But hey, this whole WrestleMania build's been kind of odd. We can talk about SmackDown already. They're now just announcing more matches. Alexa Bliss came out as the host of WrestleMania, which Alexa Bliss not wrestling is something I'm very much for.
I don't know that.
What the fuck? That scared the shit out of me. Sorry, that was my... I'm not going to say her name because she's just going to talk. But yeah, Bliss coming out. and not wrestling is something I'm all for. She's the host of WrestleMania. And she comes out after a 8-man tag match with the Usos, Ricochet, Aleister Black versus The Bar, and Nakamura and Rusev. And, tells them, because you forfeited your match last week against the New Day, that causes repercussions. So you'll have to defend your tag titles against the men you just fought with. I thought we were going to get the Hardys. It would have been better. It would have been better to add the Hardys in there. Excuse me. Make it the Hardys and Usos. That's the match they supposedly wanted to fill, but I guess they wanted to add. They want to add everybody in Mania. It used to just be they would just have 10 matches. And anyone who didn't make the show, that's their own damn fault. Sorry. But they got to give everybody a chance. Everybody needs a gold star. Or else everybody will complain and go to AEW, supposedly. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, the Hardys are going to be in the Memorial Battle Royal. Ugh. Lame. As will the SNL guys, which that feud makes zero sense whatsoever. I don't understand the point of that feud. Brock Lesnar was just... not Brock. Braun 2 years ago was, tipping over EMTs with Roman Reigns in it. He had the hottest angle going on during that summer. And now all of a sudden he's feuding with 2 nobodies from SNL. Not even second-rate guys, third-rate guys. Colin Quinn was more funny than them. Yes, I said it. Colin Quinn. Yeah, I don't care about I don't care about these battle royals. They need to just get rid of them. SmackDown opened with the Kevin Owens show with Randy Orton and AJ Styles, who were just trading barbs and talking shit. AJ tells Randy, you've been here for almost 20 years and you've only learned one move. Which, that didn't really make any sense. I mean, that wasn't really an effective... I guess AJ's not really that good at shit-talking. For a guy who plays video games, he's not really very good at shit-talking. I'm not trying to say I am, but he's not very good. And then, Randy tells him, if you were that great, you would have been here a long time ago. AJ says, I forgot how he worded it. It was like, oh yeah, kind of like when you were suspended for you violated 2 wellness policies and you were just suspended twice or something. And then Randy goes, oh, with John Cena gone, now you become the corporate bitch. And then that kind of got a big rise from the crowd, and it ended with them 2 fighting, and then AJ going for a phenomenal forearm and Randy RKOing him. I like this. We'll get into predictions later, but I like how the feud is escalating into Mania. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about it because with Randy, it's always you never know what Randy you're going to get. You never know if you're going to get the Randy that wants to try, or the Randy that is just pin me, pay me, or just pay me. So, but we'll get into predictions shortly. The rest of SmackDown got cut off because the feed I was watching got cut off, so I had to keep looking for more feeds. They had The Miz versus Sanity, and then they got jobbed out to The Miz, I guess, to make The Miz look tougher. Which, they're trying to build Miz as more of a badass, which I'm liking it. I mean, because we've always been more used to heel Miz, chicken shit Miz, that, comes out and talks shit and then runs away. We're not used to a Miz that's, fired up and just wants to go out there and beat the shit out of people. We're not used to that Miz at all. And I'm liking this Miz so far. I'm actually looking forward to Shane and Miz's match. It might even be the best match of the night. Or it might be a show stealer. That's what I'm saying. The show ends with the contract signing between Kofi and Daniel. Kofi. Kofi's not really a big. Kofi's never been known as a guy who can cut a promo. He's not terrible. He's just not very good. He's more known as the action guy. He can go out there and put on a great match. Promos aren't really his thing. Because there was a point where he was it kind of looked like he was maybe getting caught up in the WrestleMania jitters, where he realized, oh shit, I'm going to be at Mania. I'm going to wrestle for the title. I'm going to wrestle for the world title for the first time. I don't know if that got to him because I think he was trying to be really serious, and it didn't really come off as goofy or bad. It didn't work for him. But I'm hoping Kofi wins. I like Kofi. I'm going for him. I really am. Him and Daniel. That's another possible a barn burner. A show stealer, because we haven't actually got to watch these guys wrestle in a one-on-one match lately. Because the gauntlet match they have on SmackDown leading up to Elimination Chamber, yeah, I mean, I guess that was kind of a one-on-one match, but this is going to be on a much bigger stage. The Elimination Chamber match, that was different because both guys were worn out. They weren't really at their best at the moment. But this is going to be the actual first time we actually get to see this match. This match actually transpire on a way as like both guys are prepared for each other. They both study each other. They know how each other's styles work. So I'm interested to see this match. I'm intrigued by it. It's very unique. Kofi's always been known as a guy who can go out there and work and have a great match with anyone. Daniel Bryan is by far the best wrestler in the company. He's the best heel in the company. He's the best wrestler in the company. And then you got Kofi, who's without a doubt the biggest babyface in the company. Him and I would say he's the biggest male babyface in the company, and then Becky's the biggest female babyface in the company. So it's two very different genders. So it works. The biggest heel, the biggest face. What really can you ask for? So that's how SmackDown ends. We're going to get into predictions, and then we're going to call it a day. I got to get to work pretty soon. So I will. And hold on. I actually had a question from somebody. Hold up. I had a question from someone. I think it was Norad. He had a WrestleMania question. All right. Hi. Hello, Mr. Yari. Hi, Norad. Do you believe that there will be some surprises at Mania? Surprises in what sense? Like as far as like somebody showing up? I don't know. Because supposedly Cena is going to show up and they're going to have a mystery opponent for him. So I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know if he's going to come out and attack Baron Corbin and then take his place, or that match is going to be a squash and have Cena come out and take his place. Or maybe they might bring back a legend, I don't know, to face Cena, because supposedly they wanted 17 matches, and from what I see here, it's 15 matches. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, Nora. I mean, I would like there to be some surprises. I do like surprises, though. I'm a fan of surprises. So I'm not sure, Nora. I have a feeling there might be. There weren't really any surprises at the Royal Rumble, because I think they were just like, we just want Seth to win. That's about it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope so, Nora. But thank you for your question. Okay, WrestleMania. April 7th, East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. And we'll just start from match 15. The Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev for the SmackDown tag titles. There's only two teams in here that heard more dogs barking. There's only 2 teams in here that are worth a damn. I mean, the Bar, they can have good matches. Nakamura and Rusev, those are a team that just happened accidentally. That was an accidental. That's an accidental pregnancy between those two. Because the ref fucked up. I mean, the Usos, they're gonna win this. I would say keep it on the Usos. Let them hold out those belts for a while. I like Ricochet and Black, but I don't understand why they're a tag team. They haven't really explained why they're a tag team. Because you got one guy was it the Dutch Destroyer, is that what they call him? He's a guy that, is donned in tats. He worships Satan, apparently. That's really all we know about him. And you got another guy who's Puerto Rican. He can do high fly moves. I'm kidding. Ricochet's not Puerto Rican. I'm just piggybacking off of what Miss said a while back. It doesn't really make sense why these two are a team. And you got the Bar, who it seems like they're going to be a team until somebody retires. Because wasn't Sheamus supposed to retire a while back? He had like a neck injury or something that he said he was supposed to be done. But and then you got Nakamura and Rusev, which it came out a while back and said Nakamura has checked out of WWE. It's like, you think so? I mean, judging by his mediocre AJ Styles feud. What happened? No, they're right here. Oh, what happened? Okay. Girlfriend looking for her chocolates. Yeah, but judging by his mediocre AJ Styles feud, where it was just basically an episode of South Park or Beavis and Butthead, where they're just kicking each other in the nuts, and then putting the U.S. title on him, which meant nothing, and dressing him like a weird figure skater. Yeah, he's been checked out. And then Rusev. The guy was on top of the world with Rusev Day, and then they refused to do anything with it for whatever reason. They hate Rusev. I mean, you would think the guy has what they want. He has the look, he has the personality. He can go out there and work, but for whatever reason, they don't like him. I mean, it has something to do with Lana because they don't like the fact that a guy who looks like Jim Belushi is married to a 10. But whatever. Anyways, I got the Usos winning this. Pre-show WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. I don't really care. I mean, Asuka's in it. You would want Asuka to win because it's Asuka. But they're more than likely going to give it to someone who sucks, like Mandy Rose. I mean, she doesn't suck. She's not exactly terrible compared to the other girls, but I don't know. I don't care about this women's battle. This is probably going to be when I check out. Before Mania starts. Alright, match number 13. I'm going from order because it says 1 through 15 on Wikipedia, so I'm starting from 15 down. 13, Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston, WWE Championship. It looks like Kofi's going to win, just by the way they're building it up, because they're not going to want Kofi to lose. And I think I know why. If Kofi loses, then the whole thing is going to be, WWE is racist. Which, that's not the case. I don't know, I think it has a lot more, it has a better build than Triple H and Booker T from Mania 16 years ago. This match has a better build because, I think Kofi seems like he has a lot more hype going in this match than Booker T did in that match. I mean, because we all thought Booker T was going to win. But then he didn't. I don't know. But I think Kofi's a little bit more likable than Booker T because, Booker T lately has kind of shown his true colors. He comes off as someone who's just kind of very unlikable. You hear stories about him that he's kind of difficult to work with. With Kofi, he seems like the type of guy that WWE would want going to Make-A-Wish visits to, visiting kids in hospitals to, going to schools, putting on Good Morning America. He's just a very likable guy. Kofi's always been a very likable guy. So I think Kofi can win this match. And, I threw out the idea, have him win, hold the title for the whole summer. And then, because I think the next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank, I believe. Have Big E win it, and then have him cash it in, like in the pay-per-view before SummerSlam. And then that's when you have Big E turn heel. And give him his singles push, give him his title run. Have him feud with Kofi, for a few months and have him keep it. Give Big E that title run that we're all asking for. And then, head into Survivor Series, have him, I guess, drop it or retain it. Have him be, the WWE World Champion, World Heavyweight Champion. Against whoever he has to wrestle. Probably Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. I don't know. That's just an idea. That's merely an idea. But yeah, Kofi, I think Kofi is more than likely winning this. They put a lot of time and effort into this feud. The people love Kofi. The people hate Daniel Bryan. Not the way they hate not the way they hate Baron Corbin, but they hate him as a heel. He's doing his job as a heel. He's actually getting heat. So yeah, Kofi's winning this. Next match, the Boston Hug Connection versus the Divas of Doom, Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus the Iconics versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Fatal 4-way for the WWE Tag Championships. Keep it on the Boston Hug Connection. They just won it. You want to keep it on them until SummerSlam, which I think is when they're going to finally feud, and not just like barely feud, and not go to therapy and have this weird sexual tension between each other. No, keep it on the Boston Hug Connection. It's good to see Beth Phoenix getting another run in the company. I like Beth. I like Natalya. The Iconics I don't give two shits about. I have a feeling they're going to eat the pin in this match. Nia Jax and Tamina are a good tandem. Tamina seems like she's doing better with Nia Jax. It seems like she's out there finally having fun. And she's been in this company for, 9 years? And now she's just now having fun. So, I have a feeling this match is going to be very sloppy. Because look at the tandem that's in it. It could either be very decent to watch or just very sloppy, especially with Sasha throwing missed kicks. But I think the Boston Hug are going to win it. They should hold on to it for a while. Next match, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Ugh. This is going to be where I also check out. There's no way they're going to bring Roman Reigns back after beating cancer and have him lose to a 6'6", jacked Scottish bag of flour. Supposedly they want to push McIntyre after this. I'd be surprised if they put Drew over in this match. I would be very surprised, but I think Roman's taking it. I don't think anyone's going to care about. Roman's going to be over this. Roman's at a point where no one's going to boo him. No one's going to boo a guy that just beat cancer. You'd be kind of a dick if you did. I feel like a dick. I feel like a dick now that I'm criticizing Roman in a way. I'm not really criticizing him. I'm criticizing this match. But I think Roman's going to win. There's no questions asked. Like I said, I'd be surprised if Drew won. Next match on the card, Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. Finn Balor will be bringing back the demon gimmick. I watched that segment. This segment was kind of weird, though. Like Finn coming out and saying, I'm the demon, and then showing himself as the demon in blackface, which I thought was kind of odd, putting that against Bobby Lashley. And then he's just wagging his tongue. It's good to see Finn bring back the demon character at Mania, because it kind of calls for it. They're not going to have Finn come back as the demon at Mania and not win. So I think Finn's going to win. Just to give him that big win at Mania. And as far as Bobby Lashley goes, I hope he gets released tomorrow. Anyways, or the day after Mania. Next match on the card, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. Supposedly this match is in turmoil because Rey Mysterio with his ankle injury. He might be pulled from the match, or this might be a work. Supposedly it's legitimate, and they might just pull him from it at the last minute. Like I mentioned earlier, this can either be a very good match if they just allow these two guys to go, or this can just be a very business as usual kind of SmackDown match. And it's a shame because I like Joe. Joe can go out there and work, especially Joe is a heel I like. Joe can go out there and work. Ray can work. Put these two guys together. We've never seen this matchup before, though. We've never actually seen them work together. So I'm intrigued by it in some aspects because I think it could be very good. But I have a feeling it's just going to be business as usual. And they're probably going to give it to Ray. Which is unfortunate because, this is Joe's first title run in the company. On the main roster. Next pre-show match. Ooh, both Battle Royals are on the pre-show. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who's in it, by the way? I know Braun's in it. Okay, here are the contestants in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Braun Strowman, Michael Che, Colin Jost, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lince Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Andrade, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis, Tucker, and EC3. Braun. I mean, there's really no question that Braun's going to win. Just have him win. And it's more than likely going to end with him throwing out the two SNL guys, mainly Jost. I mean, I kind of jokingly said, what if it ends up being that Jost wins? But, Braun's going to win. And it's going to mean nothing like it's been meaning nothing for the past 5 years. Anyways, next match, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I'm interested to see how this match looks. Because you got two guys, AJ's kind of like the new Shawn Michaels of the company. You got Randy, who you never know what Randy you're going to get. You never know if you're going to get the Randy that actually wants to go out there and try, or the Randy that's just like, pay me. Randy has said in the past he would love to do a feud with AJ. And it seems like we're going to get a Randy that wants to go out there and try. So I think this match might even... Another match of the night candidate. You never know. We didn't think AJ versus Shane would be the match of the night at Mania 2 years ago. And it was. It was the first match on the card. So AJ versus Orton could be the match of the night. Who would win? I think AJ would benefit from it more to win than Randy, because, I think Joe Numbers made the joke of, like, Randy's kind of in this position of, like, why is Randy so mad? Like, why does Randy need to beat Mustafa Ali? Like, what is Randy mad about? That he needs to beat Mustafa Ali? Well, that was the match when Mustafa Ali broke his nose and his eye, and that's what put Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber. So, Randy ended up creating he kind of unknowingly created a good storyline for us. So I think AJ should win this match. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Randy won, since they love Randy so much. I think AJ should win this. Next match, Shane McMahon versus Miz, Falls Count Anywhere. Another match I'm very much looking forward to, because you're not sure where it's going to go. You have a heel Shane, you have a face Miz. Which is something because we've had heel Shane before, but not in a very long time. We've been very much used to, Peter Griffin Shane. Hey guys, I can't do a Peter Griffin impression, I'm sorry. But that's John Draper's field, that's not mine. But, we've been very much used to this kind of heel, to this face Shane. And we've always had heel Miz. Now the tables have turned. Now the rules are reversed. And now we got, apparently, the ass kicker Miz. And it's something very intriguing. I'm very interested by it. You get to see Miz just go out there and beat the shit out of Shane. It's Falls Count Anywhere, so you're going to see some crazy spots. You're going to see Shane obviously do some crazy shit. You know, his coast-to-coast moves, you're going to see some crazy shit with that. You're probably going to see some interferences, more than likely. Which I kind of hope it's not saturated with interferences. But Miz will win this. There's no reason why Shane should win it. I mean, because Shane has been on Mania for the past 3 years, and he hasn't won anything. Well, he won the tag match last year, but that was more Daniel Bryan than Miz. I mean, Daniel Bryan than Shane, but Shane hasn't won a singles match at a Mania. So Miz is obviously going to win this, and then I think he's taking time off afterwards to focus on the kid because they're having a new kid. And if anyone deserves time off, is Miz, because that guy works his ass off. And also, I would say give him a main event push, like a title push sometime in the near future. Next match, Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Angle's last match. Again, I don't know how this match is going to be. I don't know if they're going to have it be a squash and have Kurt just make Baron tap out in 10 seconds and then be like, oh, that was it? I wanted to give you guys a better match or whatever, and then have John Cena come out and take Baron's place. So, I don't know. This match is probably going to suck. I mean, Kurt, I saw the promo with Baron where he's like, oh, all that footage should have been in black and white because that was back in the day. Ha 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 ha. Kurt, you're old. You can't wrestle anymore. It's like, Jesus. It's like, this guy obviously feels very uncomfortable talking, and it shows because he tries to deliver these very dastardly heel lines, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't sound believable coming from him. It doesn't sound like he's believing it. But let Kurt win. Would it shock me if Baron won? Not really, because they love Baron Corbin for some reason. It's come to the realization that anytime you see a guy or even a girl, where you let me think this person sucks. They're only in it because of the way they look, or somehow someone likes them in the back. You automatically think, well, they're going to be in the company for about 10 more years. And they're probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. The hell is meowing? I just heard a cat meow. Next match, Triple H versus Batista. No holds barred. If Triple H loses, he must retire. I mean, this match could be interesting. It could be entertaining to watch. Maybe not a good match, but entertaining because Triple H is supposedly hurt. He got hurt in that Crown Jewel match with Taker. So I think that's why they had to make this a no holds barred, to kind of cover up the injury and maybe not have him work so much. It might even just be a short match, maybe 10, 12 minutes. Triple H is going to win because Batista's not coming back for the long haul. He's not coming back so he can work Raw and have a feud with Baron Corbin. He's coming back because he wanted to. He wanted to have a farewell match with Triple H because Batista's going to be doing he's going to come back in Avengers. That's pretty much it. I think he even spoiled it saying he's coming back. So he's going to have to do a lot of press for that movie, and then he's going to do Guardians, and he has another movie coming out. So, and then I saw, the promo on Monday where Batista just comes out, doesn't really say anything, and just points to the screen and shows a montage of their feud back in 2005, and then tells Hunter, kiss my ass, and then walks away. Which I thought was kind of odd. Yeah, like I said, this match could be entertaining. It won't be a great match, but it'll be entertaining to watch. Triple H is going to win, and also because he's booked for the next Saudi Arabian pay-per-view. again, I'm going by these in order because the next match is another pre-show match: Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese for the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy, I like. He's the workhorse of the Cruiserweights. Tony Nese, I don't know much about him. I just know he's just a guy that has really nice abs. So they're not going to want to have Buddy Murphy drop it to Nese at Mania. Next match, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Universal Championship. This has been a very mediocre feud because Brock doesn't show up. And again, that's not his fault. It's the company's. So it's been mainly Seth coming out and talking shit, and then Paul Heyman coming out and talking shit. And then on Monday, Seth ended up kicking Brock in the nuts. So this match could be maybe 8 minutes at best. 9 minutes at best. Get the title off of Brock, please. Give it to Seth. It's in your best interest just to give it to Seth. Seth is one of the more popular baby faces in the company. He's the best baby face on Raw. He's one of the best workers. He can go out there and have a great match. I don't know if he's hurt. Supposedly he's still working hurt. And they have Brock, who just sucks. What? Hold on, I gotta let my cat out. Do you really have to meow right when I'm recording? Yeah. What? Isn't it what you wanted? Fucking cats. Anyways. Yeah, I would say give it to Seth, but again, it wouldn't shock me if Brock won. No, I don't think anything really shocks me anymore nowadays in the company. Usually, when they like someone, or they just think the world of someone, it doesn't shock me when they want them to go over somebody who actually is over, and the fans actually like and buy their merchandise. But Seth should win, but I think Brock might retain. And the main event, triple threat match, winner take all for both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and then you got Becky Lynch. It should be Becky because Becky is without a doubt the most popular woman in the company. People love Becky. She's very likable outside the company. She's someone that could represent the company well. And then there's that story about how she had a fan that had not a stroke but a seizure in line, at one of her autograph, sessions, and she actually jumped over there and helped that fan out. So that gives her that kind of comes at a very good time. So give it to Becky. Charlotte seems like the odd one out because people love Becky. People hate Ronda. People hate Charlotte even more. So I think it kind of putting Charlotte in this match, it makes the match even better. But at the same time, it kind of takes the heat away from Ronda because the people love Becky so much, but the company obviously the company makes out to be they love Charlotte more, which I think they do. So now you have a heel Ronda, which is something we've been pining for, and then you got a heel Charlotte, which this is something she should have been a long time ago, and then you got a white meat babyface like Becky. The way they've been pushing this match is this will be the greatest match we ever watch. And anything short of that will be complete and utter disappointment. So I don't know. They kind of put an unfair burden on the women in this match because it's kind of sink or swim, because I think it will be a very good match because you have three very good performers that have unfinished business with each other. It will be a very good match. Will there be botches? There's botches in every match. Not on the level of like a Sasha Banks or a Bayley match, But I think the women in this match will do just fine. There's obviously going to be a lot of good spots in it. There's probably going to be a lot of table spots in it. There's going to be some chairs. They're going to beat the shit out of each other with chairs, and kendo sticks. At the end of the day, I think Becky's going to win, and I think Charlotte might eat the pin. I don't think they're going to want Ronda to get pinned just yet. It would surprise me if they let Becky pin Ronda, or if they let Ronda submit to Becky. I mean, that would probably be a little too far to let her submit. I mean, I would think it'd be better just to let her pin Ronda, but I don't think they'll let Ronda eat the pin. They're probably going to let Charlotte eat the pin. And have Becky be the take all. They haven't said anything about unifying both titles. They just said winner take all. But yeah, that's my choice. Becky's going to win. She should win. Ronda supposedly is going to take some time off after Mania, which makes sense. They're probably going to more than likely milk the whole Becky versus Charlotte feud for the summer, which I'm fine with. These two can work. They have good chemistry. So I'm fine with it. Just don't overexpose it. Okay. That's it. That's the show. That's the end of the show. I want to thank everybody who's playing the show, who's listening to it, who downloads it, who shows some love to it. Head over to iTunes, leave a rating or review. Even if you just want to tell me I suck. Hey, at least you're leaving a review. Who else are we talking about? Oh yeah, time to show some plugs. Wrestling. As a matter of fact, this would be a nice way to segue into this. Wrestling Soup and DTKC. Show them some love. Head over to their Patreon. Just for $5, you can subscribe to their Patreon and access all types of goodies like past and present Wrestling Soup episodes. Hold on.
¿Cómo está?
No.
No hablan español. Nobody. Okay, well, thank you.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jehovah's Witnesses and their Spanish. Anyways, past and present Wrestling Soup episodes just for $5 and exclusive content, especially same thing for DTKC, exclusive content. This, and I had it right here. Alright, this, what is it? Saturday, April 6th. At the Lucky 13 Saloon, 644 Sackett Street, Brooklyn, New York. Live podcast with Wrestling Soup. I believe Don Tony will be there as well. John Draper, Mish, and Joey Numbers will be holding their own WrestleMania party. It starts at 11 p.m. And I think it goes into midnight as well, so they're going to be doing, predictions or whatnot. So if you live in the area, I believe it said free admission. I might be wrong. But if you live in the area, please go support the boys. Go there and have a drink. Get something to eat. Just chill and relax and talk. Shoot the shit with the boys. It'll be worth the while. I wish I can go. I live all the way out here in San Antonio, and I don't have the funds to be flying out to New York. I wish I did. Have the weekend off. If I had that kind of money, that would be the first place I'd go. But yeah, support the boys. Texas Podcast Massacre. If you like horror movies, past or present, these guys will do the job for you. I've already been on the show twice. The episode I'm in, Frailty, just recently came out, so look that up. They're everywhere podcasts can be found. Google Play, iTunes, they even have their own website. Architect Podcast with Derek and Irving. If you're into the nerdy type of shit I'm in, these guys they'll dive a little bit more deeper into that. They're everywhere podcasts can be found. I believe they have their own website as well. If you're not into nerdy stuff and you're more into more real life issues, the Peter Position, which I still love that name, by the way, with my friend Peter. You can find him on iTunes. I haven't listened to his show yet. I will. I just need time. I have this whole weekend, including Friday and the Monday after the weekend. I have the whole weekend to do it. So I'm going to listen to his show. Show my boy some love. I also show a little love to my friend Seth. I believe he's thinking about starting his own podcast. I'm not sure yet. You got Julian from the Wrestling Court. His show is every week on Thursday before Mania. I think he's going to be at. I don't know if he's going to be there with the boys at Lucky Saloon. I'm not sure. He hasn't said yet. But Julian's old man. And Trez, my friend Trez. Congratulations to Trez, by the way. She's engaged. She got engaged to her boyfriend. Who's a good dude. I don't know him that well, but you know, if Trez is with him, he's a good dude. Trez wouldn't just be. Trez don't want no scrubs. She only dates. She wants the finer things in life. But he's a good dude, from what I've seen, from what I heard about him. So congratulations to Miss Trez. And B Show Brian from the B Show. He just made the jump over Spreaker. So hello, welcome to Spreaker, Brian. What else? And then Tyler the trademark. I think he's going to be doing his podcast soon. And that's about it. I will be back next week. I don't know if I'm going to do a WrestleMania review this Sunday because I don't know how late the show's going to be. So if it ends earlier enough, maybe, but we'll see. But all I know is that I'll be back next week, same time, live in the afternoon. I'm trying to do it to where I can maybe ask for weekends off, or not weekends off, but have Wednesday off in general. So that way I can just record the show later, because it sucks doing afternoon shows, because I just have no energy. It's better to do these in the evening. But by the way, I think Wrestling Soup isn't on. It's not going to be on tomorrow. Thursday's going to be on tonight, because Mish has to get packing for the trip to New York on Friday. So they're not going to be on tomorrow night. They're going to be on tonight. So just letting y'all know. Anyways. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for the love. Make sure you show your love. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel. Same name. Just show your love. I post reaction videos on there. I did a reaction video to the Joker just before I started recording. And check that out. Hope you guys love it. And take care. Laters.